Hey, welcome. Today, I'm so excited. We are going to be bringing on Nia from the Base Foundation. So, if you are looking for a space to thrive in your finances and overall well being, you are in the right place because this is going to be a dope conversation. So, Nia, if you will, introduce yourself to the folks. Oh, you're on mute, ma'am.
Sorry. I am Nia Adams. So I am the creator and founder of the Base Foundation. The Base Foundation is a nonprofit based out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. And basically, we're dedicated to transforming the lives of our local community through financial education, empowerment, and community support.
I love that. I love it. So as we jump in, because I love the intro with the Base Foundation, but I like to go a little deeper in there and seeing kind of what inspires you to start the Base Foundation.
So I had a business called Perspectives, where I've been in the financial education space for about 8 years. And it's just certain things I've seen because I work with a lot of different organizations and different things in the community. And I have a few soapboxes I have accumulated during my 8 years of working in the financial education space. So I created the Base Foundation kind of to bridge some of those gaps. So, for example, workforce development. I feel like every workforce development program should have financial education. You're helping someone make more money possibly than they've ever made, or maybe anybody in their family has ever made. It would
Yeah,
be so helpful to also teach them how to manage that money. You know what I
absolutely.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one. Home ownership. A lot of home ownership seminars and things like that. They focus on credit pre-approval, and they
Yeah.
focus on getting you approved for the loan. I want to add financial education to make sure you can stay in the home.
Mm.
So
And
things
that's such
like
an
that.
important part. I love it. That's such an important part because I know a lot of times we all want to get a home. We want to have that generational wealth and owning property, but it's like it's one thing to get in the home, it's another thing to actually keep it. Yeah. So
Exactly.
how has your personal journey shaped the mission for the Base Foundation?
Oh my goodness. My personal journey, like for those who don't know me, I'm not going to say pride myself, but I often describe myself as someone who's made all the money mistakes that you can make. So
Mm,
I've been evicted, I've filed for bankruptcy, I've been foreclosed on a home, like
mm,
I've done maxed out credit cards, like I did all the things. Um, Navigating my finances on my own with a child at a young age. Of course, it brought on some obstacles, some mountains, molehills, all of them. And
mm.
so when I started to learn, it was like things that I wish existed. And I also suffered in silence. I didn't feel comfortable going to people around me, and I took on the brunt of a lot of that. And I feel like a lot of people do the same thing. They get shamed of whatever money mistakes they may have made. And then it turns into this critique fest where they're
Mm,
constantly critiquing themselves. And a lot of time it's a stumbling roadblock to them actually achieving financial confidence. So that's kind of what based the business, but I wanted to be able to create more community based events and be able to partner with other nonprofits and do more community work. So
yeah,
that's one of the reasons why I founded the Base Foundation.
awesome. I love that. And it's so neat. And I love that because one, you've gone through the personal journey yourself. So you have that insight and knowledge to share with people who may be going through a similar thing. And like I love that as well, because like we've gone through things, we've learned a lesson, and it's like you don't have to go through the same thing that
Hey,
we went
learn
through.
from my mistakes. Learn from my
Exactly.
mistakes.
Exactly. So
Um,
remind me again, what does the BASE acronym stand for?
so the Base Foundation, Base itself stands for Building Assets and Stability Through Empowerment. So basically empowering you throughout the journey. So we don't want to only educate you. We want to empower you throughout this journey to help it be more long lasting and sustainable.
I love that. I love that. Okay. All right. So, as an author, speaker, leader, change maker, y'all, Nia's all the things. Okay.
I've been busy. I've been busy. Like once I got it together, I'm like, okay, I need to help these people.
What are some core values? What core values do you hope to pass on through your work with Base for Change?
That it's okay that you made mistakes.
Hmm.
that you're possibly going to make more mistakes, and that's completely okay also. And the quicker you embrace the fact that mistakes are just a part of your journey as opposed to the destination of your money story, then I feel like that is something that helps people deal with the process better, because it's a process, fixing your finances and building up that confidence and stability with your finances. So being able to give yourself grace and own your money story, I feel like is a huge part of the process that is a lot of times skipped over. But if it was a core part of the process, a lot of people might keep it longer and have more sustainable financial futures. Or even if they do fall over or make another mistake or things happen, they have the wherewithal to be able to pick it back up again.
Yeah. I love that. And the thing about with mistakes, I always like to say, and I tell this to my kids all the time, I'm like, we all make mistakes, but the most important things with the mistakes is that you learn from them. What is it that happened in that situation that you can do differently next time? Because if we doing the same mistakes over and over again and we're not changing, like then that becomes a concern. So it's like, what can we learn from that?
Yeah, and that's the part of it. So I was recently at FinCon in Portland, and Kelsey Dickey said the same thing. Like, the quicker we stop avoiding mistakes and avoiding pitfalls, the quicker we realize, like, oh, okay, let's focus our energy on the work that needs to be done. Let's focus our energy on a solution, because we find ourselves in this pit of critique and putting ourselves down until we just talk ourselves out of even trying, because now we've convinced ourselves that we can't even do that. Like, how am I supposed to do that? Where am I supposed to start at?
Yeah. So I love that, because it kind of gives a good segue into with the upcoming conference that you have. How does this space help empower these individuals who may be in that particular mind frame?
So let me tell you, I'm telling you, because I'm on a high. So just backstory, I have a bank that I literally just came from before this call, and they're going to be an exhibitor there. And so I had to meet with the, powers that be in the bank. And when I say they were so impressed with my event, that was so like, I told them, like, yes, thank you. They was like, so many people try to put on these type of events, but miss the ball. And they said, I hit it right on the head. So I'm going to break down for you what. So the conference is called Thrive 360. And the name is very intentional, first and foremost. On one end, we want to empower you to thrive, mind, body, and bank account. So it's a holistic experience and a full experience, hence the 360. So every single part of it is very intentional. It's very purposeful. There will be 9 breakout sessions, okay? 9. And these are experts. Like, our keynote just got selected for the Obama's leadership program. Like, we bring in the heat, and we're bringing the interactive experience. There'll be a yoga class in the morning. There'll be a Roomba Afrofit class in the PM. We will be budgeting, credit, home ownership, estate planning, which are 4 financial conversations that we need to be talking about more openly. And there'll be activities in these sessions. Now, when we click it to the wellness side, we got navigating burnout. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. It's a lot of people navigating and juggling a lot of things and trying to figure out how to survive. We're going to talk about how to navigate that. What does that look like? You know what I mean? Then we're going to talk about decoding our blood work, because oftentimes we go get all these tests, they take all these vials of blood, but nobody ever explains to us what the test means or what in our bodies is measuring. And we're also not taught that growing up. So I have a pharmacist and a chief medical officer who will co-facilitate that session, so you can get it from both sides. Okay? We're going to talk about building healthy habits as a whole, what that looks like. And then we'll talk about fitness for men and women. Why men need to stop avoiding cardio and leg day, and why women need to stop avoiding weights. They both need, we both need it all, and why we need it, why it's important. Like, not just some 30-second reel that's telling you need to do it. Let's talk about why and have a discussion about that. So, and we have travel. So that's the last one. Yeah, we gotta have some fun. Gotta throw some fun in there. So we're gonna have a session about how to use AI to build your dream trip, because like we said, we're trying to thrive. And for a lot of people, they want to travel. They've been wanting to travel, but they don't see it as tangible. And so then we have a panel with 4 experts who's going to come. Like one person, she is starting a business, but baby, when I say travel, she travels about 200 days out of the year, and she has a full-time job.
Wow.
Yes, she's on my panel, coming all the way from Cali, because she was the right woman to come and talk about this, about why and how we can do this, and it doesn't cost us to have to break the bank. So it's going to be an amazing event, well-rounded. We have some awesome speakers coming. If you follow my page on LinkedIn, you will see I've been highlighting each speaker, letting you know who's coming. And I just think it's going to be an amazing event. But of course, I'm biased.
I know. For one, I'm excited because
I mean, but the bank said it
share, because I think even when you think about it, like I don't think that I like in all of my time that going to a conference where it's not just focusing on one thing, like you're truly looking at it from a holistic standpoint. Because we always say, like, especially when it comes to finances, it doesn't just affect one area of your life. And not even just that, your health can affect your finances and vice versa. So to have a conference that encompasses all of those different areas. So I love what's your slogan about, mind, body, and
bank account. Yes, mind, body, and bank account.
I love that because it's so interconnected. So when you say someone's like, oh, wow, that sounds great. Like, what kind of transformation can someone expect from like stepping into this space where we have this holistic, view of, being able to just not just survive, but thrive?
I like that. Yes, exactly. Because that's the word, thrive. So I would say, first and foremost, it's a judgment-free zone. So like people have been asking me, what should I wear? And I even put it on the website. What you want to wear? You don't need to come in here in a suit. Honestly, if you're going to do the yoga and the Roomba session, you should definitely have on comfortable workout clothes. So, and you're fine to stay the whole day, because this is not going to be a conference where you feel like you have to get all dressed up. It's a very comfortable environment. The venue, when I say when you first walk in the venue, it's a big, beautiful, colorful mural. This is not a hotel lobby. This is not a hotel ballroom. This will be, again, it's a safe space that's judgment-free to allow you to really come in and get the information and get access to it without a sales pitch.
I love it. I love it. I for one, I'm looking forward. Like I said, listen, don't laugh at me. But I was literally looking at it's like, oh, it's relaxed. And then I saw there was something about like yoga. So I was like, ooh, I need to get me some like cute yoga pants. So I was like, I can get me some cute yoga pants because I want to be up in there.
So the yoga session is right after the keynote. So the goal of that is you basically, let's bring you down. Because you walk around with your jaws clenched and like let's bring that down to put you in a position to soak up all this knowledge. Like let's get you in the right mindset, get you centered and grounded. Now let's do the work. And then after lunch, we're gonna have a Roomba to wake you up. And so that we can wake our minds up and get us back excited to get back into it for the day. So yeah, I'm excited.
I love it. So you talked about the financial piece, the yoga, the Roomba, like the health experts there, like helping you understand, looking at those labs and things. So with that, like how do you see the work of the Base Foundation contributing to like the broader legacy for people and like communities?
So first and foremost, I plan for this to be an annual event. And there is like a post-event survey so that the attendees can suggest the sessions for next year, because I always want to be bringing the topics that the community wants to see. Second, we do have a nice chunk of tickets that part of them were sponsored by other organizations, some part sponsored by us, the board at the Base Foundation, that are strictly going to nonprofit organizations in the area who have members that maybe they don't have $50 to go to the event right now. So I'm actually meeting with a good amount of them. I have meetings like all through next week with, it's a total of 5 nonprofits, because we want to make sure we isolate people that they are right at the stage where they will be able to receive and apply this information. They have daycare, transportation, and things like that. So we're currently coordinating that. So to be able to provide an event to the community every year where I can give 30 tickets out to the community to come and soak up this knowledge, to me, that's one part. The other part of the Base Foundation is doing different workshops. So going and helping. A big thing that I have is traditional personal finance. Let's be real, it's boring. Let's just talk about it. It's boring. A lot of people are reading from the PowerPoint. I mean, yes, they have financial problems, but they still can read. So they don't need you to read the PowerPoint to them. They need interactive and engaging sessions that really get them active, get them out their seat, challenge their mind, give them some fun. If they go through your whole session and didn't break a smile or a laugh, that can't be good. It can't be.
It can't be.
It's no way. It's no way. Just because it's talking about money and just because it's budgeting does not mean that it has to be.
It doesn't have to be boring. Like, find ways to gamify it, make it fun for yourself. Like, it's
so yes, having ways that I can go and continue to help other organizations and help them include a lot of that in their personal finance. And not to say any shot to anybody. I applaud anyone, putting personal finance education out there, but I want it to be more engaging, just more actionable and retainable. Like, I'm going to retain information where it's like, oh, I remember we played that game and we did this. I'm going to remember that to be able to apply that. And the third way is, so in the summer, we'll be having a youth leadership program. So it'll talk about communication skills, because a lot of our youth, they do spend a lot of time on devices. So it'll have a communications aspect to it, leadership, and financial wellness. And it'll be a 6-week summer program. We already have our venue for 2026. So I'm really excited about that. But those are the 3 ways and initiatives that we have currently. So this is just the beginning. Like, this is year 1.
I love that. So it's not even, it's like there's so much more to come, because there's so much more work yet to do, right?
Exactly.
And it's not like, I love hearing that it's going to be an annual thing, and that also the different breakouts, because it's needed. I mean, you've been doing this work for a long time too. So
I'm already thinking about investing in life insurance next year. Oh, and perimenopause.
Girl.
I'm already, because I've already had people giving me feedback and information. So those are 3 right now that I'm already.
Let me know. Whenever it's coming, you let me know.
It's conversations that we don't have. We don't have these conversations. I want to have a panel. I want to have like a menopause, perimenopause panel. So some people who have experienced it, and some specialists, like, conversating together, because I feel like that's one thing about panels too. A lot of panels, they have only people who are, this person is credentialed, they had 20 years, this person went through menopause for 10 years. Let's hear what she got to say. I think her input's going to be valuable, because she can give you lived experience.
Hey, Lisa J. Stocks, thanks for joining.
Hey, Lisa.
And so I want to jump on this topic, because I know you kind of touched on it a little bit with what you were sharing, but for the women, right? And you know it, they're juggling family, they're juggling careers, they're juggling their personal goals, right? They're trying to do all the things and be everything to everybody. Like, I want you to paint a picture for them of like how the Thrive 360 will create a space for them to be able to step away from the noise and focus on their growth.
So that's the first thing I was about to say. If at all possible, leave the babies. And if you can come by yourself so you can fully, like, it's going to be giveaways all day. We're throwing t-shirts in the crowd. We got extra water bottles to give out. Like, we want to make it an experience. And so I would say that's one of the reasons we're putting the yoga. Like, you come in, it's the keynote, yoga immediately after the keynote. Again, creating an environment, like, very intentional, the way that the tracks will be set up will give you the ability to go to 1 track per session. So, like, it's 3 sessions. It's, 3 tracks of classes. It'll be 3 classes per track. If hopefully I'm explaining that correctly. But it'll be 1 financial, 1 wellness, 1 track. You see what I'm saying? So ideally, you can pick 1 of each and be able to have the full experience.
I love that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of intention going into this event being put together.
Yeah, and I love it.
And
I mean,
a lot of content.
I know. I see what you're doing. I'm like, okay.
I don't think I ever made this much content in my life.
But you're doing it. Listen.
Baby.
So with the people, because I know, listen, I'll be in the room. Make sure you are in the room. So when you think about the experience and creating this experience and environment for people to show up, what, like, for you as a founder and creating this event, like, what do you hope attendees will carry forward long after the conference ends?
I want them to feel like they are worthy of wealth. I want them to feel that it's attainable, that it's within their grasp, and it's something that's they're very much able to achieve. I do realize that there are struggles, obstacles, boulders, semi-trucks, viaducts, and everything else that are standing in between us. So I want to help people realize that maybe, get a little x-ray vision glasses a little bit and be able to see through those obstacles, to see that it's something that's very possible and tangible for them.
Yeah, I love that. Because I mean, when I think about, my journey as a mom of 4 kids, this would definitely be a space, which is why I'm going, y'all, for me to step away and just, really be immersing the experience, being amongst like-minded people who are on that same vision of wanting to have like overall well-being, right? So yeah, definitely please get in the room.
So let me tell you how intentional too.
Yeah.
Even with our vendors, we are not allowing competing with our vendors. It will not be 5 people with the same. Now, granted, it won't be a whole bunch of vendors because, again, we're about the experience and we don't want to inundate you with vendors. But even the ones that will be there, if we have one company selling this product, nobody else can sell that. Because we want to also create an environment for those local businesses to thrive. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's 3 of you selling the same exact thing, now you're competing with each other for the same dollar. So that's how intentional we are about this event.
Yeah, I love that. So for the people who are out there watching this and they're on the fence and like, well, I don't know. Like, what would you say to them?
What are you waiting for? If you have questions, if you have concerns, just visit the website. I have frequently asked questions. I have all the local hotels booked from budget to luxury. I have, it's in a great area. It's ample parking. Parking is free. The cost of general admission is $49. The cost of VIP is $150, but you're getting a tumbler, a t-shirt, a signed book by me, and a whole bunch of other trinkets in your swag bag. So it's giving, it's way more than worth it. And the question I would say to you is, if you can get up and go to work and continue to show up for them, I need you to show up for yourself. This is an opportunity for you to invest in yourself and show up for yourself.
I love that. I want to sit on that for a little bit because it's interesting. I had a similar conversation with the live yesterday. Let's talk about showing up for yourself.
If you know me, every video I do, that's what I ask at the end of it. What are you doing to show up for yourself today?
Because I think it is hard. I mean, like I said, I can speak from experience. Like for women, like, what are some things that they can do? Obviously, number one, go to the conference. But what are some things that they could do to, like, again, prioritizing themselves and alleviating that guilt of, like, if they just do one small thing for themselves, they feel like they're not doing enough because they're trying to do everything for everybody else. Like, what would you say to that woman who just has a hard time, finding?
Well, I would like to say, as a recovering do-it-all myself, I would say start off gradually. So I know, like you said, they start off gradually and they don't think that one thing is enough. But I don't understand when you do a small thing for somebody else is enough. Like when somebody else asks you for a small favor and you do it, it's fine. So give yourself the same energy. I would challenge you to give yourself the same energy or more
Mm.
then you give somebody else. That's what I would challenge you to do. I also would say the thing that I feel like they've probably heard a lot already, how can you help them from an empty cup? So if you continue to pour into others, your cup gets empty. So like that cup of tea or coffee that you're drinking, if you can continue to pour that into another cup, guess what? Now your cup is empty. What do you have left for yourself?
Absolutely.
And so that's when we get into that space where we start feeling unwanted. We feel taken advantage of. We don't feel appreciated, but we don't realize we created that environment by not making it a priority to show up for ourselves. And I say that as somebody who I was just asked. I drive 20 minutes to walk with my friends. I used to live in their neighborhood when I moved down here. And then I moved 20 minutes away because they didn't have any small houses. And so somebody asked me, like, you drive, you get up at 6 a.m. and well, rather I get up at 4:30 so I can be there by 6 a.m. to drive. I said, yeah, I get up and go give that company 8 of my hours. I can't give myself an hour walking. Shame on me.
Right. But you bring us such a good point, because I feel like for me this year, and I know we talk regularly, so but I feel like this year has been the point where you say, like, pouring into yourself, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I know I've had this conversation with my therapist, but let me tell you, and to anyone out here watching, when you become more intentional about pouring into yourself first, and this, for me, this is this year, I honestly feel like it's a breath of fresh air, and it's a lot less overwhelming, and you have more to give when you pour into yourself first.
My whole world
like
shifted.
I said, this is from someone who has 4 kids, all right?
My whole world shifted. You hear me?
Yes.
Like, if it was small things, like last year I set out to build a skin routine. So prior to 2024, I didn't have any skin routine.
Yeah.
Literally, I woke up like this. I washed my face, but I didn't have any like moisturizer I put on it, anything like that. I started off with something that like building me a face routine, and not a face routine that has a $300 price tag, because I'm still the budgetista. But it was one that gave my skin what it needs. So when I walk out and I look, like you look at my videos compared to my old videos, my skin looks hydrated. Yep, whereas to before, I wasn't doing any of that. But just the way I feel about myself when I go out, or even when I look at my videos, because when you look at yourself, you always critiquing yourself. Yep. I be like, ooh, like your skin look good in that video, girl. Like, it's just something it does, and that's something simple. Yeah. So I started there, and I worked, through other things, but it just changes your whole energy. It changes it changes it.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it.
Yeah. That's why it's so important to get in the room, guys. Prioritize. This is a moment of you prioritizing yourself. Because it is definitely important to make sure that you're pouring into you, again, from all areas, not just financial, but your mental, your mind, your body, all of that. So yeah. Anything else you want to tell the people?
I would say, whether you come to the conference or not, I would say definitely stop and take some time to think about what would make you feel fulfilled in your life. It can be the simplest thing. For me, I'm telling y'all, changing and actually having a skin routine, y'all don't know what that did for me. It made me feel cared for. It made me feel taken care of, even though it was me doing it. But it was something that, you know what I'm saying? And so I have a child, but my child is 24. So I spent a long time being a single parent. So most of my life, like, I didn't get the Roman free 20s, out there in the streets. There was no streets because I had a child. So for me, it took for my child to get grown and out of my house for me to be able to say, okay, what do I need to prioritize for me? And that's why I asked myself that same question. What would fulfill me? What makes me happy? I had to discover what that was.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had
a journey. Yeah.
So yeah, it was definitely an experience, but I highly recommend it. 10 stars.
Mm,
Mhm,
absolutely. This is
mhm.
so good.
Yeah, so that's what I would say. Whether you come or not, find a way to show up for yourself.
Mhm. Awesome. I love that.
Mhm.
All right, as we are wrapping up, I got one more question for you because I know because of the mission for the Base Foundation, and this is not a one and done. This is a continuous thing.
Mhm.
How can people support the mission for Base for Change even beyond the conference?
Oh, okay. So first and foremost, this is just the beginning. Like we're literally just starting. We just started with a bang because we had a good foundation to start with. But to support the organization, of course, money always works. As a nonprofit, we will have our financials and our impact report on at the end of the year to be able to show you where your funds went. Um, but I would always say money, even when we do have conferences or event, even if it's not money, share a post, um, like a post, interact with the post just so more people can see it. Donate lanyards for next year, a venue for us to host something there, a workshop or something for the community, materials, lunch. Like we have volunteers who will be helping us with the conference. They need to eat. We have to feed them, of course. So things like that are great help. Raffle prizes. I can go down a list. Like it's really just whatever you can think of. It will be helpful to us and help us execute and be able to focus our time on the community.
I love that. Awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I'm like, I wanted to have this conversation with you because like I see the work that you're putting in. I'm like, I love the mission behind it and what you're doing and what it stands for. I'm
Thank
excited. I'm ready to
you.
experience and be in the room with this. So I hope everybody
I,
else out there, make sure you get your tickets. The link will be in the description to sign up for the conference. So I hope to see you there to make sure that we can, again, experience this. If you have any questions for Nia, like I said, her information will be in the description as well. My information is in there as well. And until next time, guys, here's to your financial freedom. Peace.